A report by the Environment Investigation Agency has exposed a resort complex in northwest Laos where customers can openly buy products made from endangered species. With its very own casino, spa, and shopping centers, the resort, named the Golden Triangle Special Economic Zone, even has its own restaurants where the menus consist of many endangered animals, such as bears, monitor lizards, pangolins, geckos, a variety of snakes and turtles, and even, Jose, tigers.
It's incredible.
Can you believe that?
It's sad.
It is sad. The resort complex, it's called a complex because it's ginormous. As I said, it has spas and restaurants, shopping centers, even shooting ranges. Mainly caters to very wealthy Chinese tourists who come from China to this place and do all the things that you can't do in China. For one, gambling. You can't gamble in China. Here you can gamble, and in these shops, there's tiger skins, rhino horns they found, all types of terrible stuff that it's obviously illegal, and they go over there, they buy it, and they bring it back to China because they know that, they think that it has this medicinal purposes, and eating certain parts of animals give you that animal's powers and traits or whatever. It's sad because we know, for example, the tigers, the number of tigers living in the wild is so small, a few thousand, maybe 3,000. The keeper there in this restaurant where you can eat the tiger, he told investigators they plan to acquire a total of 50 female tigers for breeding, and eventually they want to get up to 500. Up to 3 years, they want to have 1,000 tigers there, ready to be sautéed, to use their bones.
They do tiger bone wine. Very
and
popular.
a lot of tiger wine bone is faked, but they got the tigers to back it up over here, so they're not playing games.
It's sad. The Golden Triangle, it's an area that is very problematic. It's always been, there's one of the biggest drug trafficking hubs in Asia. The problem is exactly that the Chinese population use it as their kind of backyard recreational area without having to follow any rules. You know, it runs on Beijing time. They use the same coin.
Everything's in Chinese.
Everything is in Mandarin, and the reality is that they get away with a lot of this action. So the problem is that if you have because the triangle corresponds to 3 different countries. If you get any of those countries permit to own these animals, even though they are protected, you get away with selling them, which is really sad. And that's lack of coordination in between the 3 countries is nobody's responsibility. So we see all of these situations happening, and I don't see how they're going to change it.
Yeah. Very good point. I have a quote here from Debbie Banks, who's the head of the EIA's Tiger Campaign. They're the ones who conducted the investigation into here, so she specializes in the tigers, but here's what she had to say on the matter. She said, there needs to be a greater investment by China in intelligence-led enforcement to pursue the Chinese business and individuals who are running operations at the Golden Triangle Special Economic Zone. These shouldn't be periodic operations that are coordinated once a year, but full-time, multi-agency operations. If any country can put the sources into these specialized investigations, it's China. Chinese officials are known to go over there and spend lavishly the government's money on these lavish dinners, spending thousands of dollars on different types of meats and disgusting things. And a lot of these animals are eaten alive. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. And so people are coming out here and kind of saying, like, the government really needs to step in and do something and stop it, because they're turning a blind they're turning a blind eye to it. They know.
They are, but they say in China there's this saying where in business where they say, if you do one bad thing with your boss, is way better than 1,000 things for your boss.
Yeah.
So there is this culture of going out and doing business, both at the government level and the private industries, to go and partake on these criminal activities as if it was fun to do.
Yeah. Okay.
We've seen that, you know, it's not something that is just specific to China. We see that the people with power and money, they normally get bored and they try to, you know, explore these things that are just stupid.
I guess, but I can't. Can you imagine, you know, John Kerry and Obama going and taking a weekend together down to Tijuana where they can do all their legal stuff and do all the things and then come back?
Well, here in the States, we've seen things like, you know, prohibition of shark fin soup in certain cities. We've seen the prohibition of
trading of any sort of endangered animals.
Exactly. So we see that there's action that governments are taking for things that used to be considered, you know, appropriate, and now they're not, and they're banned, and there's an outcry from the communities that do it, but at the same time, we protect the animals and we protect the fact that we are killing the biodiversity in the planet.
Yeah, totally. What do you guys think? Please let us know. Do you think some governments around the world should come together and put a stop to resort complexes like the one in Laos? Let us know by commenting, and of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the Lip TV for more.